Xin Chao, what's up everybody? We're on Wind Way, and this is going to be another video in the Where Are the Tourists series, plus a Asian food festival that they're starting tomorrow through the weekend. So I'm going to take you over there, we're going to film it, we're going to take a look at what it looks like. If you do like this video, I'd appreciate it if you smash that like button. Destroy it like when Thanos clipped his finger. Leave a comment if you want to, and of course subscribe to my little channel to help. We just hit 19,000 subscribers, so thanks to everybody that has done that. So today I had to go drive around and run some errands. I had to go get a vape, so I found myself down Bui Vien at one point, and to my surprise, for the first time in like, I don't even know, 2.5 years, there was actually tourists walking around. And not just a few, like a bunch. There was backpackers with their big old backpacks on, checking in the hostels. You know, I was very surprised, you know, but there was a lot of them there. And as I've been walking around today, there's been a tremendous amount around here as well. So I've been very surprised. We're finally seeing like a pretty actual decent uptick of like tourists coming around and walking around. They're walking around like, you know, all the touristy areas like we're in now, Wind Way. I'm glad that they've included this into the walking street now. Tremendous idea. They are thinking about, you want to hear some craziness right now? That is the worst idea ever. So, someone's proposing that they rip the fountain down. Excuse me. And put a roundabout back in. So if you were never here back in the day, this used to be a roundabout here. This was like a big old roundabout, like right where the fountain is. They're talking about it, and they're seriously proposing putting a roundabout back in on the walking street, which makes not a tremendous amount of sense. I don't think they'll do it. Like Vietnamese like destroyed it in the comment section on VN Express. They're like, that is ridiculous. Just leave it a walking street. Leave it a public walking street. This street would actually be better if it shut down traffic every night, because it's not integral to the traffic here. I would shut this thing down, dare I say, every single night at 6 to midnight. Traffic doesn't need to be coming through here. This is the cleanest street in all of Vietnam, as far as I'm concerned. And it's a pinnacle place to come and tour when you're here. So, you know, you can have tremendous nights just walking around and sitting there at night. It's amazing, people watching. You see people of all ages. It's got a great atmosphere. It's clean. Trash cans everywhere. People cleaning it all the time. So I mean, it's done properly, if you get what I'm throwing down. So I've showed you this before, but this used to all be covered up. This was under construction for the metro subway system, as you can see right there to the left and to the right. And now they've opened it back up, and they're gonna have an Asian food festival over here. I did see them setting up. It looked like the same stuff they have at every festival, meat on a stick. So hopefully, we'll check it out tomorrow. We're gonna film it. Hopefully it looks, you know, better than what a lot of the food festivals are. They're not even food festivals. But since this one's dedicated to food, I'm just kind of hoping it actually has like diverse cuisines at each thing, you know? And I don't know where the food's gonna be from, what countries. I don't know if it's all Vietnam food, but they're calling it Asian, you know, food festival. So I'm gonna assume it's food from all over Asia. Let's just hope so. There's a Thai restaurant I can see on the corner, so that's promising. It is a pretty small festival. It's only a couple blocks long. I don't think there's any need to really go over there now. We're gonna film the whole thing tomorrow when it's open. But I just wanted to show you that. Now we'll get back down to Wind Way. But yeah, I couldn't believe the amount of tourists that were in Bui Vien during the day. There's even people sitting out and like drinking at some of the bars during the day. I haven't seen that in 2.5 years. The only people that are usually drinking down there are the like hardcore day drinker Saigon expats, usually like older dudes sitting at the same place drinking beer. So it was encouraging to see all the backpackers, people out and about, you know, clearly tourists. When I got to Win Way, there was a shit ton. I filmed another video first because I had that dialogue ready and ran it over in my mind, but I should have filmed this video first because there was a good 100. You know, they come and go. They walk down the street and then they go somewhere else. Go to the cathedral or wherever. There's a group of tourists over there. I think it's promising though. We're starting to see some kind of heartbeat come back to Saigon. I have no idea what it's going to look like next year. It's definitely not a very fast recovery, but travel in the world is not on a fast recovery right now. Even Thailand's numbers are still way down from people returning. You know, people just aren't traveling as much right now because the economy worldwide isn't the greatest, you know, and there's uncertainty ahead. We're kind of in a recession, we're kind of not, and there's a big war going on, you know, so, and China can't leave its country, which, believe me you, that is affecting some serious, you know, countries for tourism. China has a huge population and people with a lot of money, and they like to travel, and it's nearly impossible to get into the country without getting quarantined for, like, I think it's 21 days now. I don't know, I haven't kept up on it, but it's some kind of lengthy, super lengthy quarantine. It's even difficult to get out. I think a PCR test, proof of vaccination, last shot can't be longer than 200 and something days. You know, a lot of different stuff. So I think until that cleans up, and then of course you're missing, you know, Russians and Ukrainians being tourists too. I don't think they make up for even close to as large of a segment as the Chinese, but hey, I can tell you that the largest group of foreign tourists that come into Vietnam from, like, I think 2015 to 2018 was the Chinese, and they spent the most amount of money. So I mean, that could be a pretty big reason of why we're not seeing, you know, tourism recovery here. So it was an experience to see. Other things you can see is you can come down to Win Way at night, and there'll be a huge amount of tourists. They're running like 5 or 6 of these tour buses now, and they're usually filled with tourists, filming it, all kinds of stuff. But yeah, they're starting to come. It's a good sign. It's a positive sign. I would like it, you know, Vietnam to do very well, recover, put some money in people's hands. The biggest problem Vietnam has, though, with the tourism recovery is their extreme price gouging. It's, in my opinion, a little out of control. I mean, a lot of the hotels that went up 20-30% in price are not worth it. You know, some food went up, drinks have gone up. Like Boi Vien, get out of here. I have no desire to go to Boi Vien anymore. It's just a complete waste of money. They've 2x'd their drinks. Sure, you can still sit on a little tiny stool in the middle and get battling clubs rattling your ears while you're enjoying your delicious Saigon green for 30K. But if you go into any of the places now, a beer is 60 to 100K. The one place was charging as much for a beer as for a whiskey and Coke. I was like, this is wild. And I'm just over it, but you know, everybody's trying to make up for COVID. If you look at Vinholm's Golden River, the price is literally exploding. It's starting to rain. I had escaped the rain for a while, but not now. The prices are just on a tear, man. You know, there's some one bedrooms renting for $1,200 for a one bedroom on a mid floor. They're going up monthly, which is insane. I'm not going to pay that for an apartment there. And what it is all these leasing agents. Let's get out of the rain. It's about to rain. My rain radar is going off. Hold on. I don't want to get my camera wet. starting to rain. I don't know if it will rain. I just want to be in an area where we can get some protection. I forgot my umbrella like a dum-dum. A Jim. Okay. So I think, you know, the housing market is out of control. It's spiraling way out, and I'm not going to pay those prices for that. Golden River is nice, but is it worth $1,000 and $1,200 for a one-bedroom? No. They're just trying to get whatever they can, because there's this like mindset that you must make back the money you lost over the 2 years, and that's going pretty hand in hand with like a lot of different places, like a lot of restaurants. Some restaurants have been smart and they haven't. I'm not broadly casting a stroke here and saying that every single place has gone up in price. You know, that's not at all what I'm saying. But some people have chosen to try to make up the money by raising the rent an exuberant amount and raising their food prices and all this stuff. Like my landlord that's trying to negotiate with me, which we already shut down, I'm moving. But I think the last thing she sent to us was like, I had to lock it, I had to do 2 years again. I had to do some crazy price because she wanted to make back, she even told me she wanted to make back COVID money. And I go, that's not how it works. I wish you the best of luck, but I am not playing your games. You know, you should feel honored, not honored, but you should be lucky that you had somebody renting your unit through COVID when like 90% of the expat population got up and ran and left. So many people got out of here because they couldn't handle the 4 weeks of oppression in their apartment where you could actually still go outside. So I mean, yeah, I think it'll bounce back. We're seeing a lot of tourists now. I think going into next month, it's going to be a tremendous month for tourism, especially Saigon. I think you're going to see a lot of stuff really take off as we get closer to Tet. There are issues with Tet though, like as far as getting around the city. It is much more difficult to drive around now, like on rush hour. When Wynn has to go to school, I got to take her there. What would take 10 minutes on bike with no rush hour takes a half hour now because everybody's getting everything done. And then people are leaving early for Tet. So they're going back home even earlier than, oh, they're setting up. People are really into this World Cup thing. I could give two shits less. If you love the World Cup, I hope, great. I hope whoever team wins for you. I don't think I've ever watched a World Cup game. Don't think I ever will. The only soccer I watch is football, is Vietnam when they're winning, because it's fun. As far as like watching it, it's like watching glue dry on a wall for me. Couldn't be less compelling. I just find it boring. I was never into it. I was forced to play soccer when I was a kid and I hated it. I was terrible at it too. I don't think I would ever force my kid to play a sport. I would give him suggestions and then have him try it out, and if he likes it, go for it. But if he doesn't want to play it, that's some of the old school stuff that's kind of good that it's gone away. Forcing kids to play something. Although I'm sure that still happens. But yeah, I think you'll see that we have a lot more tourists than we have had in the recent long term. And it's good to see. I'm trying to be finding these thumbnails. That's why it's better to come out here at night. Get them thumbnails. I might come back out tonight, film 2 more vlogs, and then get thumbnails. Thumbnails are important. Trust me. I think that's the video. I don't think I have anything more to add to it. So we're going to do the Asian Food Festival. We did a little bit of news about the roundabout, and we did the Where Are the Tourists section of the video. As I said, I saw a lot more than usual. I actually saw people on Bui Vien, which I have not seen as of within 2.5 years. So that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Stay frosty. Peace out.